A very good morning, everyone. I am
Good
delighted
morning,
to
ma'am.
welcome you all for today's session. We are honored to have with us our director, Professor Dr. Satish Ubare sir, who has been a tremendous support and a guiding force of our program. Our guest of honor, Mr. Shivam Singh, and the students of Matrix. Dear students, Matrix believes in leveraging the management competencies amongst the MBA graduates for businesses and industry by expanding their horizon with updated information in the field of management. In continuation with that, our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Satish Ubare sir has been initiated 4 Dimension series lecture where we invite renowned experts from different fields of academics and industry who share their experiences with the students, which help them to improve their knowledge and employability skills. It's an absolute pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mr. Shivam Singh, a seasoned professional with over 9 years of experience in learning and development field. Mr. Shivam has been a driving force behind transformative training initiatives at top organizations like DHL, Express and Flipkart. Known for his innovative approach, Mr. Shivam has developed training programs that have not only boosted employees' performances but also contributed significantly to organizational growth. His expertise spans instructional designs, leadership development, and leveraging technologies to make learning impactful and accessible. Recognized with numerous awards, including the WOW and Instant Karma Awards, Mr. Shivam's journey is an inspiration for everyone and anyone passionate about learning and growth. Today, he will be sharing his experiences and strategies to create impactful training solutions. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Shivam Singh. And before starting the session, let's have a group picture with Sir. Mm, So I request everyone to please open up your cameras so that we can have a group picture. Deepak, Divya, Ninad, Pratiksha, Mansi, everyone. Vishal, Nayan, Sakshi, Tanaya, Pradnya, and Mohit sir, please let us know if you are done. Okay. Thank you, students. Over to you, sir, now. You're not audible. Hello, Shivam sir. Over to you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. And I'm really excited, and I thank all of you to invite me for this session.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. So, just giving you a little brief, adding on to what Mronal has introduced me. So it's been a long journey for me, for that I've worked in different organizations, and learning and development or training sessions are something which is very very personal to me, because it can transform one's life or way of working. It can impact in a much better way, I would say, right? So again, thank you so much for having me. So to start this session, I'll have to just present my screen. Just give me a second, I'll do that. Okay, just let me know if you guys can see it. Okay. Okay, is my screen visible to all?
Yes, it's visible.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so before starting the session, I want to throw a question in the forum, and I want to understand from the participants. So when you see this slide, planning and prioritization, what is that thing that comes to your mind? And one more thing, this is not going to be a session where I'm the person who's going to speak and the participants are the people who will only sit and listen. Okay, that's not how I train, or how we do the training sessions. Okay, so please respond, please ask questions at any given point in time. If you have any queries, please get it resolved. We are here to help. I'm here to help. I can share all the knowledge that I have, but only if you ask for it. Because I would not know that if you have understood the topic or not. Okay, so I'm reiterating the question. When you hear these two terms, planning and prioritizing or prioritization, what is that comes to your mind? Anyone? And it's okay if the answer is incorrect, it's wrong, right? It doesn't matter. You just need to answer, because I accept every answer. No answer is wrong. It's just a different perspective. I was told that we have a lot of energetic students in the team. So uh, can you hear? Can I? And also, language is no barrier. You can speak in. I understand Hindi, English, Marathi, and some part of Bengali as well. So I'm good with it.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Mohini this side.
Hey Mohini, good morning.
Yes, sir. Planning and prioritizing, it can be like if we are doing some work, it is
Hmm.
necessary to plan that what we are doing and prioritize the thing that we need to do first, second. That can be in order.
Okay. Okay.
That simplifies the thing and we can do it easily.
Yeah, absolutely correct. So it gives you more clarity if you plan things ahead. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Mohini. Thank you so much for that answer.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else who wants to add up to this? Anyone? Okay, no worries. So, everyone, planning and prioritization is something that is required for every individual, no matter in which field you're working, no matter which company you're working for, anything that you do. Okay, it requires planning and also prioritization of it. Okay, let's imagine I have planned everything. Okay, let's say for this training session. Okay, so when I got the call, I could have said, okay, I have a 10 years of experience. Let me make the presentation in the last 1 hour. I know I can do it. Okay, but what if something goes wrong? So what I have to do is I have to understand what the audience is. Okay, and then what kind of a content is required for this kind of audience is something that I have to go and research, right? So that is something that I had jotted down, and then I had to prioritize my tasks that I had written. Okay, in a way that I provide the best knowledge and the skills that are required for young individuals. Correct. So I had to plan everything. Now, not just planning but also prioritization. So let's say if I made the entire training module and then I went on to the research part, what do you guys think? I Can I make a very good, like, impactful presentation if I don't do my research and directly dive into the presentation? Can it be effective, everyone?
No.
No, right? I have to do my research first. That's the prioritization that I have to, right? That is the reason. That's my example. So for people in HR, for people in supply chain, for people in finance, okay, marketing, or any field you take, any tasks that you are doing, this is very very essential. Okay, so let's understand what are we going through. Okay, these are the topics that we will be covering in today's session. Okay, we'll talk about what is the importance of planning and prioritization. Okay, so we have a model which is called as Eisenhower metric model. Then we'll also understand what is Pomodoro technique, okay, to complete tasks. We'll also talk about Warren Buffett's to-list strategy. And in the end, we'll see what are the things that we have covered and how we can inculcate all of these in our day-to-day lives so that we are more productive. Okay. So planning and prioritization, what's the importance, right? So to understand planning and prioritization, we need to also understand what are the different tasks that we would be doing in our day-to-day lives. Okay. Even you as a student, if you might be having an exam that is coming up, okay, or else there is a project that is given to you, or there is a practical session that is about to happen, what are the things that you need in order to get good marks, okay, in order to learn more from it. So that's your individual choice, but even for that you need to have the tasks in mind and what is the goal that you're trying to achieve. Okay. Also, uh, through this process you will be developing different planning skills for yourself for now and also for the future. All right. And also prioritization the tasks is also important. As I said, for making a presentation I need to prioritize the research part more and then go to the present, like constructing and designing the PPT, right? So prioritization is also very important because if that is not done your planning might not land up the way you want it to. Okay. So what is the outcome, what is that we are expecting if we do the planning and prioritization in a effective way? What would happen? We will have clarity in the tasks that we are doing and we will be more focused. Okay. We will have less stress. Obviously anything that you're doing, everyone will have a certain degree of stress, which is a good stress to have, but you will not be in a panic situation if you do your planning and prioritization effectively. Okay. You will be able to take better decisions, right? Improve decisions, which means better decisions because you have clarity, you're not stressed, hence you will be able to take good decisions. Okay. Which will, if you take good decisions, then your efficiency and productivity will go up in anything that you're doing. Okay. And let's say if you all do this, what will happen? That's a question, I want an answer for this. If you do all this, what will happen eventually? Students, as I said, language is no barrier. You can answer me in any language. आप हिंदी में बता सकते हो, आप मराठी में बात कर सकते हो. If you are comfortable, I'm absolutely fine with it. You need to understand the session, that is more important for me. Okay. So please feel free to answer.
Student sir is asking something. You can please freely ask him anything you want. It is for your good. Snehal, Ishali, Shreyash, you can ask.
All right, no worries, it's okay. Probably we are not aware, that's why we are here. So if we all do all this, we will be able to achieve the goals that we have kept for ourselves. Do you guys agree? Yes, no? You can also
Yes,
type
sir.
in. Thank you so much for that answer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. You can also type in your questions or answers in the chat box as well. And Mudal, if you can help me with that as well. Okay. If someone has put in any question, because I'm in the presentation mode and I'm not able to see the actual screen. That's why. Okay. All right. So moving ahead. So Dwight David Eisenhower, he was the 34th president of the US, and he has said this, which is, quote, no battle was ever won according to plan, but no battle was ever won without one, quote ended. Can anyone tell me what this quote says? Anyone can tell me. And don't worry about your right or wrong. We will look at it later. कोई भी मुझे बता सकता है कि ये कोट का मतलब क्या है?
Hi, sir. This is Nehal.
Isnihal?
Yeah, so it means no battle was ever won according to plan. Let me read this once.
Sure,
But
sure.
no battle was ever won without one. So it means that no battle was ever won according to plans. But without plans, it means without plan, it never won also. Planning is needed. That the meaning is it. That is the
Thank you.
meaning.
Thank you so much, Snail. Thank you so much for that answer, and you are bang on correct. Okay,
Thank you,
so
sir.
it's absolutely amazing to see people who have written a lot of things before. So you need to have a plan in place. Yes, there would be times where you need to make certain tweaks, certain changes, or developments in the plan. However, it is important to have a plan in place. That is what it means, right? So first make a plan and then work on it. If needed, change it. It's absolutely fine. If you change from plan A to B, it's absolutely fine. But you cannot sit and say I don't have a plan at all. That will not work. Okay, and he is the man who is responsible for the Eisenhower metrics. Okay, so before that, what I want you guys to do is just try and write down as much tasks as you guys do in your day. Okay, for example, I've given you some examples. If you are, let's say, a working professional, if you are working somewhere, or you might be working somewhere, okay, or let's say you have a exam to prepare, so you are studying. So that's a one task that you will do, okay. Or else there is a podcast that you are watching. There is a book that you are reading. Okay, there is a topic that you need to finish for your practicals. For example, there is a training session like this that you are supposed to attend. You are preparing for that. So just write every other task that you guys are doing. Again, scrolling social media, right? So write as much task as you can. I'm giving you 2 minutes for this. You have a pen and paper with you. Just try and write this down. Okay, and your time starts now. It's 11:19. We'll check by 11:21. If you have any questions regarding the task or the activity, please let me know. One more minute to go. All right. So can I know how many tasks or activities that you guys have written? So you can type in the chat box also. let's say you can just type, let's say I've written 7 tasks, I've written 9 tasks, or 15 tasks. Just enter the number of tasks you have written. And Moodle, can you help me if someone has typed in? Can you just let me know?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, they are writing in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Let me just check. Okay. Okay. Snehal says 5 tasks. Rutvik said 5. Okay. Gopal says 5. Okay. I'm waiting for the people to type in. You just need to enter the task. It's absolutely fine. Snehal, can you just give me a couple of tasks that you have written, if it's okay with you?
Yes, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Firstly, the fourth dimension lecture. Yesterday,
Okay.
I have planned this task. So, the fourth dimension lecture.
Mhm.
And secondly, I have to visit the college
Okay.
for the examination purpose.
Mhm. Mhm.
Thirdly, I have meeting arranged at 3:30.
Okay.
And fourth is tournament.
Okay.
And fifth is CC's writing, which we have been given a task from the college.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Snehal, for sharing that all with all of us. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So now that we have written all these messages, oh no, sorry, the activities and the tasks, okay, we also need to understand which task is very important, which task can be done a little later, right? That's how you prioritize. Okay. And just for that, we have a model which is called as Eisenhower model. Okay. So now that we have all the tasks, okay, we need to make sure that we divide those tasks in different manner. How we can do that? For that, we need this Eisenhower decision matrix model. Okay. So if you see on your left hand side, so some of the tasks which can be very important, or they might not be important. Okay. Some tasks can be urgent, or some tasks are not very urgent. Okay. So to understand a little deeper, so the tasks which are not important and not urgent, those tasks can be eliminated from your day-to-day to-do list or the list that you have written just now. Okay. For the tasks which are not very important to you but are urgent, okay, that can be given to someone else, if at all you can. Okay. If there are tasks which are urgent and which are important, then you need to do it now. For example, just the training that we are going through right now, this is something which is urgent and important for you as an individual, right? So you have to do it now. You cannot give this training to someone else. Let's say I have a younger brother or elder brother. I cannot tell him, you attend the training and then teach me, right? वो मुन्ना भाई वाला सीन नहीं कर सकते, right? So you need to be in that moment and you need to perform those tasks, and in the end you can schedule some of the tasks for the future if it is important but not urgent. Let's say you need to let's say practice for interviewing skills. Okay. That's a whole different training, but for the interviewing skills you don't need to prepare it right now, because you will not be sitting in any of the interviews. But let's say after your curriculum has ended, you will have to plan for it. That is something that can go into schedule. You getting my point? Any questions on this slide, please ask. Any questions on this? Yes, no. If no, we can move forward. Anyone? All right. So please understand, I'm giving you a perspective wherein if you join any company going forward, okay, this is exactly how it is done. If you are at a executive level, if you're as an assistant manager level, if you're at a manager level, director level, this is how people plan. This is how leaders plan their work and prioritize it. That's exactly what I'm giving you, so that you are well equipped with the knowledge and you can show your productivity from day one. Okay, so let's understand this in a little depth. Okay, so anything which is not important, which is for example social media browsing, okay, low priority reading, you're reading a book, you don't need to read it right now, it is not very important, so you can eliminate that from your day's task. You can schedule it for later. Okay, office small talks, gossips. So if you have something which is very important that you need to do, you can eliminate all of this. I'm not saying you should not use social media at all. I'm not saying that. But if you have something very important, very urgent to do, if you keep doing these not important and not urgent tasks, then your main agenda will get go for a toss. Okay, so these are the some pointers that you can eliminate. Okay, if you, let's say, if you are working somewhere, okay, or if your friend is asking you to come somewhere with you, but you need to prepare for, or you need to attend this training, what you can do is you can tell him, I cannot come, but I can send someone instead of me with you to complete your task, right? Or else from a company's perspective, a small data updation, a routine email response can be given by your colleague. That is something that you can delegate. It's not necessary that you do, but your colleague or your friend can do it for you. That is what means delegation, giving your small piece of work to someone else because you are busy in something very important. हमारा काम किसी और को देना is not delegation. Okay, because you are busy, you are giving a little piece of work, not work, but you're seeking support from your peers and colleagues or friends. Okay, that is what is called as delegation. Then we have urgent and important, which means you need to attend this training right now. Okay, your um, project submission is tomorrow. Okay, and you have not completed that project yet. You need to work on it right now. No one else can work for you, right? That comes in quadrant one, which is do it now. Okay, and there are some things that you can plan. As I said, if you need to develop your interviewing skills, if you need to improve on your communication skills, it's a ongoing process. I So being in the industry for more than or like 9-10 years, I can tell you everything. Everyone is work in progress, including me. I cannot say I know it all. There are something that I've planned for myself. Same goes for you. You know, understanding about your industry that you willing to go for and build your career in. That is something which is very very important for you to decide and plan for yourself, so that you have the understanding, the knowledge of what exactly you are getting into, right? So that is something that you can need to plan. So I'm going to go back a little, and I have a question for all of you. Which quadrant? So we have quadrant 1, which is urgent and important. We have quadrant 2, which is not very urgent but important. Then we have quadrant 3, urgent and important, and quadrant 4, which is not urgent, not important. According to you, which quadrant is very very important? Like almost all the quadrants are important in their own way, but to be productive, which is important? It's a question, and I would expect some answers, please.
First one.
Okay, first one. Thank you so much for that response. Someone else has any other opinion?
I would like to choose second one.
Okay, second one. Can I also need? Can I also have the reasons, please? Mohini, you said one, right? If I'm not wrong, it was
Yeah.
Mohini. Okay,
Yeah.
why did you say one? Just to understand from your perspective.
Yeah. For doing things, we are planning and prioritize the things. By the perspective of prioritizing, urgent work needs to done first. Then we
Okay,
can go likewise. Means urgent, not urgent. Prioritizing the things.
okay, fair enough. See, I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I've just wanted to understand your perspective. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, who
Thank you.
said quadrant two?
Pallavi here.
Pallavi. Okay, Pallavi. Thank you so much for that answer. Can I know your understanding? Why did you
If
say
I
quadrant two?
Yeah, if I choose second, see how many tasks is there, that doesn't matter. If I schedule it and do it, then I can do it. I know that. So scheduling your task, or like prioritize your whatever task you have, you just need to prioritize, and you give. See, if you are doing, for example, now there is a so many assignment, CC assignment.
Mhm.
So if I decided daily I can complete two or three, so I know within a 1 week I can complete whole the like whole the CCs. So
Okay,
according to me, schedule and do it. It's very important.
okay, fair enough. Sorry. All right. Thank you so much. We have two answers. Anyone else has any other thought process? You can share it with me. Anyone else? You have 10 seconds to answer. All right. Thank you so much, Pallavi and Mohini, for your amazing answers. Okay. And as I said, all quadrants are important. Okay. It's not that if it's quadrant four, it is not important. It is important. How it is important? Because you should know what you are supposed to eliminate. That's why it is very important. Okay. And one thing that I can tell you is lot of things in your quadrant one will make you a little stressed. Okay. Why is that? Because imagine you have 10 tasks to do. Okay. And you have, let's say, 1 or 2 days to complete it. Would you be stressed? Because you have to do all those 10 tasks which are very urgent and very important. You need to do it now, and only you can do it. Will you be stressed? Yes or no? Come on. It's a question.
Yes, sir.
You will be stressed, right? Because all 10 tasks needs your attention, and practically it is not, let's say, it's not feasible. You cannot do it. No one can do it unless and until we have an amazing focus and we can complete our work in a very very quick manner, which takes a lot of practice and time, right? So I would suggest, I'm not saying quadrant 1 is not important. You have, it is very very important, because if you don't do it you will be in trouble. So quadrant 1 is important, but this second quadrant where you have to plan, if you don't plan it properly, it will eventually in the end will come to quadrant 1 because you have not planned it. You getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So imagine you have planned things properly, you have worked on it, you are completing it. So your quadrant 1 is having, let's say, a couple of tasks, 2 or 3 tasks that you can do, you can manage. But imagine you did not plan anything. Okay, now what? Let's say you had to do 10 tasks, you had planned, you completed 7 tasks, 3 tasks are now in quadrant 1 where you need to do it now. On the flip side, I am a person, I did not plan anything. Now all 10 tasks are in quadrant 1. Now I am stressed because I'm not able to manage all 10 tasks at once. Correct? So it's important to work on the quadrant 1, but it is also important to plan it very ahead. Now, imagine you have 3 to 4 tasks that are there in quadrant 1. Okay, how will you work on it? That is important, because this is something that you need to do it now. So there is a specific way, there is a technique that can be used to complete all these tasks and not feel the stress. Okay, that is a very, very good technique, which is called as a Pomodoro technique. Has anyone heard of it? Has anyone heard of the Pomodoro technique? Anyone? Don't worry, we will go through that. Okay, so this Eisenhower, let's say, as I said, in your quadrant 1, it's a crisis management. You're firefighting the situation, you're firefighting with the tasks. You need to do it now. Okay, that's why you feel stressed or burned out. Okay, in let's quadrant 2, where you see long term vision, you have a proper discipline to work in different batches so that you complete the tasks. You have control over the things that you are doing. Okay, delegate the quadrant 3, which says it's a short term, which can be done by someone else. It's okay. Anything which is not planned and it is coming ad hoc means which is something which you are doing which was not planned, it is called as ad hoc. That is something which is there, that can be given to someone else or can be done later. And if you have things in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, you need to eliminate quadrant 4. Anything that comes in quadrant 4, you need to eliminate it, because these are time wasters. Okay, you will waste a lot of time, because we all know once we go on the Instagram, once we start scrolling reels, it's game over. You will not even realize hour and a half, 2 hours are gone. Right? It has happened to all of us. Now, as I said, for quadrant 1, uh, I'm just giving you an example, okay, here, which is a person who is a working professional, okay, and is working somewhere. This is how the person will divide their tasks. So now that you have written your tasks of your daily, you can also divide them into these 4 quadrants so that you have a better clarity of what you need to do. Okay, this is a small example of it. So I'll just give you 30 seconds. All right. So now let's come to the Pomodoro technique. Okay. Pomodoro technique can be used for the tasks that you need to do right now. Okay. So that you don't feel stressed and your work gets done as well. How do we do it? First, now that you have divided your task in the 4 quadrants, we'll take the quadrant 1, because that is something that you will be doing right now. Okay. Now let's say you have 5 tasks. Okay. Let's take for example, I think Snehal said, okay, I have 5 tasks to do. Now decide one task, any one task, because you cannot again prioritize from those 5 tasks. You can, that's a different topic, but let's take the first task. Let's say you need to complete a project or an assignment that is given to you by the college. Okay, you have 4 assignments to do. Okay, after this is completed, so total 5 assignments, for example. Take one assignment. Okay, set a timer in your phone for 25 minutes. Put your phone on silent. Start working on it. Start working on the assignment. Okay. Work on the tasks until the 25-minute is completed without any distraction. Okay. It's not like कि 10 minute हो गया थोड़ा सा चल के देख लेते हैं. Someone has message in the group. Don't do it. Just give 25 minutes to the task, then take a 5 minutes break. Okay. This is one cycle. This is one cycle. Okay. Do 4 cycles of this, which is until here. Okay. You took 5 minutes, 5 minutes break. Again, you can work on the same task if it is not completed, or if it is completed, take the next assignment. If you have not completed the first assignment, work on it again. Again for 25 minutes. Once the alarm rings, come back, take 5 minutes break, have a walk, have a tea if you want to, have some water, again sit, set a timer for 25 minutes. Do this for 4 cycles and then take a 15-20 minute break. Okay. This is a very, very good technique that you can use for yourself, even for studies. If you are not able to focus on a specific topic, on a specific chapter, for a specific subject, you can definitely use this to your advantage. Again, this is something that I'm telling you, you can change the timing a little because this is something new. Okay. So probably you can keep the timer for 20 minutes or 15 minutes to start with. But it cannot go 10 minutes because nothing happens in 10 minutes, to be very honest. Right? So minimum 15 minutes to maximum how much as you want. Okay. Try this and you will get all of this, which is you will feel that you have gained a lot of focus. Has anyone heard of this before? Let me ask the question again. Do you think this will help? Do you see any challenges doing this? I can help you there as well. Please ask. Anything that you want to ask me, any clarity that you need on this, feel free to.
Sir,
Yes.
Rutvik from this side.
Hey,
Sir, I
Rutvik.
have one question.
Yes.
Sir, how can we prioritize our task effectively when the urgent task is assigned to us?
How can you prioritize the task if an urgent task is given to you?
Yes, sir.
That's what you're asking?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's a new task or the task was already there?
No, it's new, completely new task, sir.
It's a completely new task and you're already working on something.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now you have to see the new task that is given to you, how it is going to impact you as an individual. Let's say, can you give me an example, Ritvik?
If I am working in some task, then the manager gives me other tasks. So I
Okay.
change my priorities
Okay.
and do this task.
So as I said, for example, again, to prioritize the task, you need to understand the how do I say it? Importance of it. What is the impact the new task is going to put on you or your manager? For example, I'll give you an example. Okay, you are working on a project. Okay, that you are doing, or a task,
Yes.
or everyday routine work that you are doing. Okay, and there is a customer escalation, for example. Are you working somewhere, Deshmukh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Ritvik? Okay.
Yes.
Which industry, if I may ask?
Pharma engineering companies.
Okay, pharma engineering. Okay.
Yes.
So let's say there is a vendor. Okay, and that you work with, and he has raised some escalation. Okay,
Okay.
and you are doing your normal everyday task. Let's say responding to mail, talking to stakeholders, completing your day-to-day activities, completing reports and all. Okay, and you are called by your manager saying that, Ritvik, this is an escalation that has been come. Okay, and I want you to handle it. Is this the situation you are in?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. So now understand, for your company, if there is an escalation, that needs to be addressed then and there, because we can hold our day-to-day task for a while. I'm not saying not to do it, I'm saying hold it for a while, because now if you see the impact of the new task that is given to you, it is much higher because it's the customer escalation. If you don't respond to it or don't resolve it then and there, then there is a credibility issue for your department, for your manager, and for yourself. Agreed? Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now I'll give you another perspective as well. If there is a new task that is given to you, okay, let's say you are working on a customer escalation, okay,
Okay.
and your manager says, can you give me this report, make this report and give it to me.
Okay.
Right. Now it's a manager, you cannot say no to him.
Yes.
Right. But you're working on an escalation, so what you can do is you can politely tell your manager, sir, I am working on an escalation, is it okay if I give you this report in an hour's time, or by the second half of the day?
Okay, sir. Got it.
You're getting my point. Now
Yes,
what you
sir.
have
Yes.
what you have told your manager, that I'm working on a much priority task, and you are giving me a task that I'm ready to do, but can you allow me some time to complete that? Being a manager, he will understand which has more priority. All right, I hope
Yes, sir.
I've answered the question, Ritvik.
Yes, sir. Yes. Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much for asking that.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. So you are not audible. Hello. Shivam sir.
Oh, okay, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah. Now you're
I'm
on.
so sorry, there was some network I think glitch. I'm
Okay.
sorry for that. I'll just present my screen again. Okay, so is my screen visible to all?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, I apologize. All right. So I hope I answered that question. Okay, Rutvik.
Yes, sir.
If you have more such questions on the call, please ask. Please, get it clarified, because it will help you in long run. Okay. So if you guys use Pomodoro technique, you will enhance your focus and concentration on the task you're doing. You will see that you are able to achieve more and complete more tasks. You will feel less stress and anxiety, because if there is a lot of tasks that needs to be completed and we have very little time to complete it, we tend to have stress. Okay, you will see you have improved in your time management skills, and you will feel less burned out. The feeling of I don't feel like doing anything today, that's a sign of a burnout. So you will feel less of it. Okay, so that is Pomodoro technique for you. Please use it. It's a very, very effective tool. Okay,
Hello, sir.
now, yes, Nehal,
Yeah, sir, I have a question.
please.
That you have mentioned that we have to use only 25 minutes for doing that technique, like time management technique. So, my question is that why 25 minutes only? Is it neurologically impactful, or is there something else?
Okay, so as I did say that you can change the time a little bit, but the reason for 25 minutes is the attention span, okay, for a person is somewhere between around 20 to 40 minutes, okay, based on the different people. Let's say for people who play a lot of games, okay, their attention span is a little high. People who read books, their attention span is a little high because they are doing it for consistent time. For people like students, okay, who are actually going through books, probably watching a lot of videos, and today's social media interaction, the attention span has reduced drastically. Okay, so to improve that, 20 minutes is an ideal time, but yes, you can change it. As I said, you can see what works for you. You can change it to 15, you can change it to 35, 45 minutes, but I won't recommend you to change it for more than an hour because it is difficult. Okay, it is very difficult to be concentrated for more than, okay, unless and until you're reading a very good novel that you love. So 25 minutes is a very ideal time to have entire focus on one single activity.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I got my
Okay,
answer.
thank you. Thank you for asking that question, Snehal.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Sure. Okay, so we saw activity that you are doing, okay, for your day-to-day life. The most important activities, how can you do it? How can you batch it in different times? You Pomodoro technique. Now we'll see how you can plan things for 6 months, 1 year, 5 years down. Okay, the quadrant two part. Okay, you can do that for a little longer period as well, which is to list strategy. It is a very simple activity that you can do for yourself. Try and write down top 15 goals, okay, that you want for yourself, that you want to achieve. Okay, don't do it now, you can do it later, you can make pointers. Okay, take a piece of paper, write 15 goals. You can make it 20, it's absolutely fine. It's on you. What are the things that you want to achieve? So we have a list A, or list one, for example. Let's say list A, where you have written all those 15 goals. Now you need to select top 5 from them. Okay, now you will have two lists. One, the top 5 goals that you have listed for yourself, and in the second list it will be 10 goals that you have written for yourself. Work on these 5 as your priority, okay, and keep the 10 in your, let's say, bucket. For example, for now, let's say you completed one goal of your life. For example, you said, I'll save 1 lakh rupees in 6 months or a year, for example. And your second goal is, I will reduce, let's say, 3 kgs or 5 kgs in 3 months. Okay, that's a personal goal that you have for yourself. Now let's say you reduced 5 kgs in 3 months. You have achieved your goal. Now in the first list it was 5, now it is 4. Okay, now what you need to do is take one goal from the second list and make it 5 again. Okay. And the list 2, where you have written 10 goals, you can add one more goal to it. If you don't want to, don't do it. It's absolutely fine. But this 5 goals should be 5 goals, because you cannot focus on more than 5 goals practically, unless and until they are very uh, different. Any questions in this two list strategy? It is a very simple strategy that you can follow for yourself. Any questions? Any confusion that you have? Any clarity that you need?
Students, you can ask questions. Feel free to ask Snehal, Mohini, those who are working, Harshada, anyone.
All right, no worries. So, what did we see today? Okay, we saw how we can bifurcate, segregate, and prioritize our tasks. Okay, if I need to complete multiple tasks and all the tasks need my attention, then we can use the Pomodoro technique, which will increase the productivity, increase your efficiency in completing the work that you are doing. Okay. And also identifying and prioritizing tasks, as I said, for 6 months, 1 year down the line, what is that you actually want to achieve. You can use the Warren Buffett's two list strategy, which will give you a much more clarity in life in what you want to achieve. Okay, with this we come to the end of the session, but what you can tell me is what you will start doing after going through this session. What is that something you will stop doing, and what is that you will continue to do even after going through this session? Anyone can answer. Snehal, Mohini, or if someone else wants to, Pallavi as well, if someone
Sir,
else wants
can you
to.
please repeat the question?
My question is, now that you have gone through this session, you have understood how you will prioritize, how you will plan. Okay, what is that you will start doing from today, that you have learned from this session, that you will implement in your day-to-day life, that will improve your productivity and efficiency? आप वो क्या शुरू करोगे आज के बाद? आपने जितना भी समझा है, what is that you're taking back from the session?
Firstly, the time management method that you have taught us, 25 minutes. So I'll practice that. Secondly, procrastination. I do a lot of procrastination in my day-to-day life. So I'll just reduce those things. And secondly, I'll put a timer to my Instagram because I do a lot, because we are Gen Z people. So we are very entertained by those social medias.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the things I'll get from this lecture.
No worries, Nehal. We all do procrastination at some point in time, so we are in the same boat. So don't worry.
Yes,
But I'm glad that you're taking back something from the session. Yeah. Thank you so much for.
yes, definitely, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to add up?
Yeah, I would like to add, actually, as Snehal said, that 25 minutes technique. I really want to use that in my life because lots of time, like, and second thing, like, stop doing. So every time if I'm in office, like, someone came and asked me help, and I said okay. So I forgot my work, then I went with them. Okay, I will help. So now onwards, I will stop that. I will focus on my work. I will complete it as soon as possible. I mean, and I'll try to improve my personal like in office in this time. Actually, in on second we have our exam, so every time I'm in office I'm not studied at all. So now I realize I have to study also because I need to pass. Like I want to complete my MBA also. So today onwards I will study also. I will finish my work like as soon as possible, and I'll study also.
Great to hear that you're working and you're doing your like education as well. Great to hear that, because I can understand that it's the same thing, and I know it's difficult, but it's also like if you go ahead in your life and if you look back, you'll be proud of yourself. Take it from me. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this session. I hope you're taking back a lot of things which will eventually help you in growing yourself and being more productive. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Mridal. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, any questions, students? If not, so we can conclude the session. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and guiding the students on planning and prioritization. The session was really very informative and wonderful as the students really interacted with you. So, on behalf of Metric School of Management Studies, I thank our guest of honor for guiding the students. I thank our director and express my gratitude for his support and direction throughout the session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best for your exams and your assignments going forward. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And students are requested to please fill the feedback form, as well as those who have not filled the exam form, please fill it because 25th is the last date. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Students, I request please fill the feedback form, and those who have not filled the exam form are requested to fill it as soon as possible because 25th is the last date and you have to submit it in the college itself also.